Hi all. Today I am taking a presentation about the topic the diversity techniques, time, frequency and space. Let us start with the introduction. The diversity techniques are used to improve the receiver with several replicas of transmitted signal used to overcome the fading problem and to improve the performance of the radio channel without increasing the transmitted power and improves the SNR. Mainly, the diversity techniques are used to overcome the fading problems. There are fading problems are in wireless communication systems, so diversity techniques are used to overcome this. So these techniques are used to improve the receiver with several replicas of transmitted signals. The receiver consists of several replicas of the transmitted system signals. This can be improved by overcome the fading problem, and it also improves the performance of the radio channel without increasing the transmitted power, and it improves the SNR. It is used to decrease the fading effect and improve the system performance in fading channel. These diversity techniques improve the system performances in fading channels, and it is also used to decrease the fading effect. So here we are studying about the one of the most powerful techniques to mitigate the effect of fading is to use is the diversity combining of the independently fading signal paths. The diversity which combines uses the fact that the independent signal paths have a low probability of experiencing deep fade simultaneously. That the independent fading paths uh, experiences a low deep fades. So these independent paths are combined in some way such that the fading of the resultant signals are reduced. There are different types of diversity which is commonly employed in the wireless communication system. Those different types are: one is the frequency or multipath diversity, the time or temporal diversity, space or spatial diversity, polarization diversity, angle diversity, antenna diversity. These are the different types of diversity which is commonly employed in the wireless communication system. Here we are studying about the frequency or multipath diversity, time or temporal diversity, and space or spatial diversity. Let us start with the frequency or multipath diversity. In frequency or multipath diversity, the information bearing signal is transmitted using several carriers that are spaced apart from each other to provide the independently fading versions of the signal. Okay, we says that earlier we says that the independent fading channels which has a low probability of deep fade. So to decrease the deep fading, independently fading versions are used. So in order to provide the independently fading versions, the information bearing signal is transmitted using several carriers that are spaced apart from each other. So here the carriers are spaced apart from each other. The transmitted signal with the different frequencies are affected different way in frequency domain. Here, the transmitted signals which are consist of different frequencies. Those different frequencies transmitted signals are affected in different way in frequency domains. The multiple replicas of information signals are sent over several affected frequencies band in these frequencies. So the information signals are of multiple replicas. These are sent over the several affected frequencies band in this diversity. And there should be a distance more than the coherent bandwidth between the frequency bands and achieve a small scale feeding to in according to there is an equation that is delta fc approximately equal to 1 by ft. That only means that to achieve a small scale fading, there should be a distance more than the coherence bandwidth between the frequency bands. Then the transmission of a wideband signal is given by the following equation. where the bandwidth is more than the coherence bandwidth delta Fc of the previously used channel, and this result a frequency selective fading. The transmission of a wideband signal can be achieved by where there by considering the bandwidth is more than the coherent bandwidth of the previously used channel, and this result a frequency selective fading, that is delta Fc is approximately equal to 1 by Tm. To approximate the maximum achievable diversity order for multipath diversity, L equal to TMW plus 1. That is the number of resolvable multipath, which is given by the following equation, L equal to TMW plus 1. Next is the channel equalization, which is another approach to achieve the multipath diversity. A filter is used at the receiver to make the channel equalization and compensate the channel impairments. In order to achieve a multipath diversity, the channel equalization is another approach. In channel equalization, there is a filter is used at the receiver and it compensates the channel impairments. This process combines the multipath of signals and reduces the inter-symbol interference and produces diversity, where the inter-symbol interference is a form of distortion of signal in which one symbol interferes with the subsequent symbols. This is an unwanted phenomenon, as the previous symbols which have the same effect as noise, thus making the communication less reliable. So that is inter-symbol interference, ISI. So in channel equalization, the process combines of multipath of signals and it reduces the ISI, the inter-symbol interferences, and it produces the diversity. Here it is a diagram of the frequency of diversity. The first diagram which consists of the transmitter, and the second of this is the receiver. The information signals are modulated through different carriers M in frequency diversity, and different signals undergo independent fading. The carriers which consist of the information signals that are modulated are in M frequency diversity, and the different signals which undergoes the independent fading. So the signal which undergoes the independent fading consists of the carrier, which consists of the information signals with the carriers having a frequency of M. The carriers should be separated by at least coherent bandwidth from each other. And the L copies of the signals are optimally combined at the receiver to make a statistic decision. The maximum ratio combiner is the optimal combiner. So here the information bearing signals are modulated through different carriers. These carriers should be separated by at least the coherent bandwidth from each other, where we see the coherent bandwidth, which is delta Fc. So this carrier should be separated by a coherent bandwidth. The L copies of the signals are optimally combined at the receiver to make a statistic decision. The next we are going to discussing about time or temporal diversity. In time or temporal diversity, the same information bearing signal is transmitted in different time slot, with the interval between the successive time slot being equal to or greater than the coherency time of the channel. So here the information bearing signals are transmitted in various time slots. The interval between these time slots should be equal or greater than the coherence time of the channel. The time diversity use the repetition code for error controlling coding. So the time diversity also use the repetition code for error control coding. Interleaving and coding over symbol across different coherent time periods is used to obtain time diversity. In order to obtain the time diversity, interleaving and coding over symbols across different coherent time periods are also used. This technique utilizes the coding of channel and interleaving to mitigate channel fading at a cost of added delay and loss of bandwidth frequency. It uses on slow fading channels, which is delay sensitive. That this temporal diversity technique utilizes the coding of channel and interleaving to mitigate the channel fading. The cost of added delay and loss of bandwidth efficiency. This technique also uses in slow fading channels, which the slow fading channels are delay sensitive. The intentional redundancy is introduced into the transmitted signal to achieve time diversity in the temporal domain. That is, temporal domain is the time domain. Redundancy can be done by repetition of channel coding. So, in order to achieve the time diversity, intentional redundancy is introduced in the transmitted signal. This redundancy can be done by repetition of channel coding. By repetition of the channel coding, redundancy can be done. And this channel coding, when there is an error control capability, may be performed separately or with modulation. The error control capability can be performed separately or with modulation in channel coding, where the channel coding, repetition of channel coding is goes to redundancy. In general, a desired signal is transmitted in m different periods of time diversity. The maximum ratio combiner can be used to obtain optimal combiner. Error control coding and interleaving is an effective way to combat time selective or fast fading. There is the desired transmitted signal, that the transmitted signal which we need in m different periods of the time diversity. In time diversity, the desired signal which is transmitted is of m different periods. The error control coding and interleaving is an effective way to combat time selective or fast fading. In order to combat the time selective or fast fading, that is in order to prevent the fast fading or time selective, the error control coding and the interleaving is an effective way. That's all about the time or the temporal diversity. Now let us take the next topic, that is the space diversity or the spatial diversity. In space diversity or spatial diversity, here multiple transmit or receive antennas or both are used with the spacing between the adjacent antennas being chosen so as to ensure the independence of possible fading events. Here, to ensure or to get the independent fading events, there are multiple transmit or receive antennas or both are used with the spacing between the adjacent antennas. There's a space between the adjacent antennas, and there is multiple, or the transmit or receive antennas are of multiple. These are more than one. So, or both that are used to these antennas are, there is a space between these antennas, adjacent antennas, to ensure the independent or possible fading events. These multiple antennas are used to transmit signals with carrying informations at the transmitter or receiver to provide multiple independent fading paths in space diversity. Okay, these multiple antennas are which are used to transmit signals. Okay, signals with carrying informations at the transmitter or receiver to provide the multiple independent fading. Okay, this multiple antennas bears that transmit signals with the carriers or carrying the informations at the receiver or the transmitter. This technique is used to provide significant performance gain with not sacrificing any valuable bandwidth on the transmitted power resources. That is, this technique, that is a space diversity or spatial diversity technique, is used to provide a significant performance gain. It provides significant performance gain with not sacrificing any valuable bandwidth on the transmitted power resources. Here, it doesn't consider the bandwidth criteria. So the bandwidth does not affect, or it doesn't affect the valuable bandwidth on the transmitted power resources. So there, it also used to provide the significant performance gain without affecting the bandwidth. If we want to receive m copies of transmitted signals, then we need m number of antennas in space diversity systems. So here we can understand that the transmitted, if we want to receive m copies of transmitted signal, we need to m copies of transmitted signals. Then we also need m number of antennas. That is, the transmitted signals number is equal to the number of antennas. That is, we want m number of copies of transmitted signals, then also we want n number of antennas in this technique. It is very important to keep enough space between the antennas so that the received signals undergo independent fading. So, as we studied earlier, that there should be enough space in between the antennas, the transmitted antennas or receiver antennas, which is of multiple number. There should be a space in between them to undergo the independent fading. The next, the space diversity needs no additional work at the transmission end and no additional bandwidth is required on the transmission time. Okay, then here the space diversity, which doesn't need any additional work at the transmission end and additional bandwidth. As we studied earlier, the bandwidth, it does not, it is used to provide transmission performance gain without affecting the bandwidth. So there is no additional work on the bandwidth and there is no additional work at the transmission end. So it is an advantage of the space diversity. Depending on which end of the wireless link is equipped with multiple antennas, there are 3 different forms of space diversity. Okay, the 3 different types of space diversities are receive diversity, transmit diversity, and transmit or receive both diversity. So, first of all, receive diversity. The receive diversity, it involves the use of a single transmit antenna and multiple receive antennas. Here, there is a multiple number of receive antennas and only a single transmit antenna, that is receive diversity. The receive antennas are of multiple number. Then the transmit diversity, it involves the use of multiple transmit antennas and a single receive antenna. Here, the transmit antenna is of multiple times. In the receive diversity, the receive antennas is of multiple number. In transmit diversity, the transmit antennas of multiple. And here the receive antenna is only single. The next one is diversity on both transmit and receive antennas. It combines the use of multiple antennas at both the transmit and receiver. Here, the transmitter and receiver consist of multiple antennas and also provide a distance, adjacent space in between these antennas. So in space diversity, which we need that there is a multiple number of antennas and receivers, and there should be a space in between these antennas in order to achieve the independent fading. So in the space between, by using the space between the antennas, independent fading is occurs in space diversity. That is all about my topics. Here we discussed about the frequency diversity, time diversity, and spatial diversity, and how it occurs independent fading, where the independent fading can causes a decrease in fadings. Okay, so the diversity techniques are this. Let us recall with the frequency diversity, where the frequency diversity, the same information signal is transmitted on different carriers, where the frequency separation between them is being at least the coherent bandwidth. And in time diversity, the information signal is transmitted repeatedly in time at regularly intervals. The separation between the transmit time should be greater than the coherence time. The time interval depends on the fading rate, and the increases the decrease in the rate of fading. And in space diversity, there are multiple receiving antennas spaced at different spatial locations, which resulting in different received signals. This difference between the diversity schemes lies in fact that first two schemes, so there is a wastage of bandwidth and due to the duplication of the information signal. Thus, here in space diversity, it does not affect the bandwidth. That's all about my topic. Thank you, everyone.